Right. What up, anime fans? I am back with another video, keeping my promise again. Reviewing Undead Unluck Season 1. Yeah, we don't know, because Season 2 has not yet been announced. But we got something back. Why are we doing this now? I should have done it weeks ago, but we got the upcoming winter special later this month on Christmas Day. No joke. It's coming on Christmas Day in Japan. So most likely we'll get around the Christmas Day at night. Evening and stuff like usual anime and stuff. As if Disney could get it there on time if they are trusting it. Really have to, because it's officially part of canon. The winter special is titled The Winter Arc. It's an adaptation of the arc of the autumn arc, which is part of the manga. So they decided not to adapt this arc into season 2. For what reason? I don't know. Maybe include the next 2 arcs together. Yeah, I doubt it. Because they're going for over 20 episode budget to get over 20 episodes and stuff again. Well, this is a canon arc and it's unskippable. So if you watch the anime, you're gonna have to watch it. I'm sorry. And I looked it up. There's so many confusing reports on this too. They're saying it's an original story. Special's original. When no, it's not. I looked it up. The winter arc's a real thing, and it's part of the manga. You can look it up yourself. So I'm really confused here. Why was I supposed to say it's an original story when it's not? It's based on a manga. Just get your story straight, people. Right, sorry. Anyway. Oh, not this again. Anyway, Undead Unluck. It was a manga series published in Weekly Shonen Jump. I cannot remember the author's name. And it began in 2020 and ended in 2024. I think. It ended in 2024. Yeah, I think it ended the same year as My Hero and Jujutsu Kaisen. I could be wrong. Alright, as you know, if you've been watching my channel a while, you know I started watching this as it started airing, but I did not continue past the spoiler arc. As I wanted to read the manga far more ahead, but I didn't even do that, so I ended up skipping the entire anime. So, come here. It's habits just get on my nerves. I gotta get rid of it. I gotta get rid of this flipping habit. It's a pain in the ass. Right. Alright, the anime is animated by David Productions, not like the opener wants to tell you. Because they created TMS. But I don't see David Productions being credited in the opening, as far as I could tell. Unless it's completely written in Japanese. So using the studio's actual logo. Now, David Productions is no stranger to high quality animation. You know for the roles in the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure series, which has got Part 7 coming out in 2026. They also animated the Kodansha series, Fire Force, which I covered the other day. Both seasons, if you're interested, go check them out. Because I think Fire Force is a good series, and I definitely plan to cover the 3rd season, part 1 soon. Hopefully. Anyway. The anime ran for 24 episodes. It streamed on Hulu from October to January. I think it came out in October. I might be wrong. It came out in late 2023 and ended in early 2024. So, yeah. The manga was a masterpiece. I only read one chapter before the anime even got announced. Good. I do plan to read the manga when I can. I'm gonna wait for the winter special to come first. We'll read in the manga. So basically, anything beyond the winter special, I'm not gonna be familiar with once I see the winter special. So winter arc is completely new territory for me as well. This anime has some great storytelling. So again, when I read the manga, I got to the repair arc, and the next two the next two arcs I did not read, so I wasn't familiar with what happens in the stories and stuff. So what happens in the anime is well done. Hang on a sec. Sorry, what was I saying? God, let's pause quite a little bit. Anywho, let's get into the story. So we're open the series up with our protagonist, Fuko, an 18-year-old girl. After finishing reading a popular shoujo manga series, attempts to kill herself. Now, I read the manga. There was this weird change here. I don't understand why, but we read the manga. This seems for a crowd. Over a crowd of people. I mean, yeah, of course it'd be, because a girl's trying to commit suicide. So of course it'd be a crowd there. It's a week, and it's early days. I'm just saying, it should be busy. But yet in the anime, there's no crowd. I'm gonna do all that. Anyway, she has a kind of contact with a mysterious man, right? Some weird tattoos on him, and a very unique design. Sends her a card in his head. After a weird interaction, we end up finding out this guy. The reason Fuko's trying to commit suicide is because she has a powerful ability that is a curse. Because she has a tremendous power of Unluck. Basically, anyone who physically touches her, their skin off, once they deal with bad luck. That's not what it is. But she wants a mysterious man to be more than just an ordinary person. And he has abilities too. He has the power of undead, as in he can't die. His body can regenerate. What unique... Another little detail is when he's naked, he has a little sensor bar coming in the crotch area. Well, it's the work later as part of the story too, in a way. So it works. Comedic allies. Anyway, after that, this is when Fuko's life changes forever. The guy who she calls zombie, wants all her unluck so he can have a death, so he can die. And then in situations, she has longer hair, because she didn't know how to cut it. And you also don't have ever past too. Basically, the first time she discovered her unlocked powers is when she kissed her parents goodbye when he went on a trip. Or the plane suddenly burst, killing everyone on board, including her parents. Well, that caused her to be a shut-in. Understandable. She sort of has a similar tragic nurse to the character Rogue for X-Men, who, due to her powers, can't make any physical contact with someone. It looks that type of similarities. So it reminds me of that a bit. Of course, their powers are different. I'm just saying, the thematics of them not being able to touch people, and when something will happen, it's a really great story-driven great plot device for story. And in the end, they come to an organization that's trying to kill them. This is after the zombie cuts her hair. And he banks to Unluck. They managed to out of there. Well, the zombie, he wants to know more wants to try more and more about her unluck powers. She he doesn't really have a name, so she ends up calling him Andy because he's undead. And as Andy doesn't even remember much about his past. Anyway, one of those girls are part of something called the Union, a group that's basically supposed to taking care of people with powers, aka negators, because their abilities negate things, which makes sense. Think about it. Sorry. Unluck negates luck. Undead negates death. So that's simple for those names. They're simple names. So, oh, why is my voice acting up now? Anyway, so, yeah. I had to go on a run. Andy taking a katana, but he gave you in the last fight. And instead of using a sheath, he sticks up his arm, which makes sense because he's undead. I say, way David did the regeneration is really interesting. The detail too. Anyway, like the Union has a unique saying, as they have 10 negators, where under the that catches them. So they basically want to kill him, and you end up coming across two negators. One's called Shen, who's Chinese, and he's played by Natsuki Hanai. Sorry, who you may well know for other roles. Gakuto in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7, Manabo in Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. He's also Depper in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5, I don't know his Japanese name. He's also Okurun in Dandadan. Danjiro Kamado in Demon Slayer. The protagonist in Metaphor Fantagio, or Tazio, whatever you pronounce it. No joking, he is the protagonist in that game. Just never played in Japanese. But it's like a game. I recommend you play Metaphor or wait for the manga to come out. It's a monthly thing. So, anyway. Sorry, I know this is not really good situation, but it's the only thing I could do. So anyway, they also have negate abilities. Andy shows is pretty smart. It's funny, he's able to figure out abilities with enough time. We have two, so Andy's not a solo protagonist. He's one of two protagonists. Similar to Dandadan, we have two protagonists. Fuko's one of the Fuko's other protagonists, as story rolls around her as well. So, I checked out the Japanese VA for Fuko. She hasn't been in much. The Japanese voice is good. And just enough, let's talk about Shen's dub voice. You know, he's played by Alex Lee. Yeah, you may know him as Nizu in Demon Slayer. Sanjay Mu from Solo Leveling. Gigi from Dandadan. Nagamo from Sakamoto Days, which coincidentally is another role he shared with Natsuki Hanai. What the hell? It's weird. Anyway, the seats are filled up in the Union, so the only way to join the Union is to kill 2 of its members. They took 1 down, but Shen, being very interested, tells them that if they want to join, they had to kill a member. Obviously, they had to kill a member. There's one such in UMA in Russia. Unidentified moving object. I UMA. Unidentified mysterious. Oh, unidentified mysterious anomaly. So yeah, and after that, the 2 head off to Russia. I mean, Fuku ends up preparing a young girl there. With a conversation. We end up finding out she's actually the negator they're looking for. Her name's Gina, and she captured Andy 50 years ago. Well, it's pretty obvious she loves him, and no jealous of Fuko. So leading to a whole battle. It's a really anime fight. David Productions is a great studio. I don't know what other anime they've done other than JoJo, Bioforce, and this. Just don't credit TMS on everything. They basically distributors. Wait, did they actually animate? Did they actually animate Sakamoto Days? Or was that another studio? I don't know. Anyway, they fight Gina, and well, they end up defeating her in a really sad, emotional scene. Gina is actually pretty older than she looks. Her power is called unchangeable. So she can't change the area around her, because it basically creates some sort of barrier. I like the idea of negation abilities. Negate something. The power makes sense to negate something. We see other powers later. So yeah, it's a really heartbreaking scene when as Gina, Andy didn't understand that Gina liked him. But he didn't really reciprocate because he lived a long life, but he wasn't Andy's not a jerk most of the time. He's not a bad person, I mean. You know, he's actually when he wants to, he's a caring person. So he has a really unique side to him. Anyway, they then again summoned as new members of the Union. I was introduced to the rest of the members. You know, the leader was Juiz. She wears a helmet with the logo on it. So also look characters Billy and Tatiana. There's also Top. And the other ones I can't remember. Because they don't have much roles. They don't get much focus. Okay. There's a twist there that is cool on paper, but kind of felt rushed in a way. I'll get to that. So basically, they learn that there's this book called Apocalypse that gives out quests. They don't keep all the quests at a specific deadline. Then a world will be added a penalty. Juice is calm about this, saying they will take your quest and they'll focus on a field request. And they're willing to take the penalties then. Penalty is creating a new Uma galaxy. So yeah, one of the quests is against Spoil. So Annie takes out the one taking Fuka, taking Fuko and Shen, I guess as well. I say about the season, I like Shen. He's actually one of my favorite characters. Not because his boyfriend asking an eye, it's because his personality. He's a fun character. It helps that he likes to reference the abilities that references the Chinese story Journey to the West. So yeah, the three head to Europe. We also introduced to an assistant of Shen. who he saved a long time ago. She's not a gate or anything, so she can't do any missions, but she's loyal to Shen, and Shen does care about her. Hey, before they go, they end up wearing a uniform, and Annie ends up getting a uniform with a UMA that can mimic clothes. It may target females, but it can it senses what the outfit wants people to wear. So it's been stuck with Andy at this situation. It's a lot funny. So yeah. Alright, they're gonna head to America. The burger. He's getting tired of the burgers in Japan. Basically, in the manga, this is a quite a seems slightly the dialogue's different. As in the manga, they actually reference McDonald's saying, "Good old Mickey D's" or something like that. That was his stand for McDonald's. But I understand why it was changed in the anime. Copyright. Page to screen is quite a different page. That's why Spider-Man was able to cross over with in the comics when not in the TV show, licensing issues and stuff. So it is. So yeah, that's why we never seen any animated crossovers between the two companies. But we got a new crossover between the two companies now these days in comic book form. We got a new comic crossover with Spider-Man and Superman. Yes, I said new because they crossed over years back. Before the whole multiverse thing came to be, where they just took place in the same universe. And I could guess how an excuse what happened for Peter Parker to be helping out Superman in a way. Like say Jimmy's sick, and they part team and they're having a team up partner up the Daily Bugle for this one. So basically, Jameson sends over Pete to help out. As I guess, that's the most logical way to include in the story. I know something like that, but I mention that. Alright, if we head to US to America, arrive at a village which is controlled by the UMA spoil. Actually, anyone who's limit will become spoiled when a timer runs out. A lot of people will be spoiled and they cannot go back. And he meets one that's more sentient in a way. Basically, she offers her help if they do one thing. If he does one thing for her, get hitched in a way, have a wedding. It's been her dream. I really like showcase, and he's willing to do something nice like that. Like, he doesn't even know her yet. Even if, like he could have found another way to look for Swall, but he chose to take the lady's request. Fuko and Shen end up finding some children on the ground while this is going on. Basically, it's revealed that later that the woman that he's getting hitched to was actually their teacher. She basically sacrificed herself to save the children. No, that. They said really likable teacher. So anyway, Spawn reveals himself, ends up in a really long fight. Sorry. Within Shen's abilities to tie the journey to the west. It was sad like the Yambo or Power Pole, as you know in Dragon Ball's English dub. Power Pole extend! There's also a Kingdom later, or Flying Nimbus. I say specific because, you know the English dub, these are them. So, after a long battle, and he's supposed to fight him without the card. He quickly took it out in episode 1, but it's only for a short amount of time, so there's no his appearance changes. Basically, this was Shen's idea. Because he was curious to see one named Victor in action. And well, this Victor personality, as is a personality, is more skilled than Andy. Knows how to use his powers as well. Someone forgot to mention. I like Andy as a unique undead character. When he fights, he uses parts of his body to fight. Golden parts bullets. They're parts attacks. I find that really cool. It's different to other immortal characters who just fight with regular weapons and their bodies just heal. And when Andy heals or he regenerates, the blood disappears. So unlike Deadpool and Wolverine, their injuries, their injuries heal, the blood still remains. It's a really interesting detail. Anyway, Victor makes quick work of Small, and our season with some personality. Going Andy, Phoebe, and tries to kill Fuko because she's the reason he changed. Also, a fight, Shen gets injured, but of course he others to help. We got a whole unique fight, and with Fuko's cooperation, managed to bring back Andy. And it seems the Unluck ability does not work on Victor for some reason. Maybe because his undead powers defy logic compared to the usual rules of Undead. Anyway, after that, Ruko is in the hospital recovering. Really, after that, a lot of time has passed, actually. She recovers, and is now the deadline. We managed to clean all except for one. The hunt for unseen, who's invisible. You can see someone else got to him first. It's just that he might be taken by Unprepared, which is the guy we saw before. Perfect out counterpart to Andy's abilities. So yeah, because of the penalty, they end up quick a new galaxy being formed. It shows a penalty as now new aliens come into existence. And the world's like normal for the world now because it just alters memories. And one of the prizes for when is the unification of languages. So now the whole world's languages are now just one English. Everyone speaks English or Japanese technically because it's a Japanese anime. You know what I mean? Only negators aren't affected. And had some major issues work out in the next arc. We also see the I've got a name already. John 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 he's the woman in the mask. Her power is called Unjustice. And they get someone else's justice. Quite a unique one. She mainly activates it. Well, she can activate by opening up the visor on the helmet, but she mainly takes off to use the ability. And she shows that's the consequence of failing these quests. Danger. If they get 101 quests, fail 101 these, Ragnarok will happen. Or be destroyed. That's why we must complete these quests and go up and kill the god who made these rules. People will be free. Anyway, next arc is the repair arc. Has Annie, Fuko, and Tatiana are sent on a mission to take care of taking down Repair. It was infiltrate a ship. They work together, infiltrate the ship. So they selling the gears in the black market like the objects instead of people. It's heartbreaking. Hey, Repair makes this. Oh no. Or some of his goonies. It turns out they're actually here to find someone with his own ability. Just a young boy played by Hayumi Murasai. Oh, don't know how to pronounce that right. You may recognize him as Hinata from Haikyuu, Jimbo from Dr. Stone, kill win from Hugo Sky Pre-Kill. He's done a lot of voice work. He's a great actor. Anyway, the kid, Chiaki, I think his name is, has ability to go unmovable. Basically, by looking at someone, they can stop. They stop moving, but it's only when he's not moving. And he's really scared. Well, until 2 days ago, everything was normal for him, but suddenly people start talking differently to him. But obviously showing he's a negator. He ends up being captured for that. So yeah. I don't think Fuku and Handy coming to rescue him when a pair tries to kill him, just so the ability to transfer somewhere else. Because when a negator dies, their ability goes to another person. So basically a transference is never gone. That has a lot of opportunity being explored to the previous users and how they dealt with this. That doesn't really get brought up again, but I really would have loved to see the original users of those powers. And again, it's never explained how much time passes between that. So, yeah. So, like, it's kind of like the Avatar spirit in Avatar. Where when the Avatar dies, their soul is reincarnated to a new body the following day. Think about it like that. My biggest thing that the Chiaki's powers was unstoppable, not unmovable. Alright, Andy, they ended up with a repair. Tatiana basically goes some of the goons. We got flashback to Tatiana. When Buko gets hurt, Tatiana's rage. We see, because at first she wasn't keen on it because they killed Gina, but she and Buko end up forming a friendship because Buko made a friend with sort of who she truly is. Not some girl in a spear as a person. It's really cool. It shows he's willing to help her friend. So anyway, the three were working together. Right. Tatiana's backstory is sad. She was only 5 when her negated abilities came to be. She ended up killing her parents. And she eventually got captured by the mafia and sold off. Maybe. But I guess she was saved by Billy, who's a blind guy with guns. Basically, that's why she has a bond with him. So anyway, they managed to beat Air with one lucky shot, but they escape. Anyway, Chiaki has to choose if he wants to live a normal life or go or become like them and negate work for the government, work to kill God. This is not about the government yet. He takes a week for him to decide. Eventually, he makes his choice and eventually joins them, even he's writing his friend's memory. But now he's oh yeah, I forgot to mention they one of the awards was added 11 seats, so they can add 11 member, which is Chiaki. Now it's official member in the gears. As you get down to business, they got new quests lined up. So when Billy is speaking out something saying, they should just genocide them. The quests are taking down this 4 quests. They're seasonal quests, technically. I mean, it's spring, summer, autumn, and winter. 4 seasons of the year. 4 seasons. Billy's and that's just they should drop a nuke on them, but they'll kill thousands of people. But he doesn't care. That he ends up attacking them for some reason. Causing them to be killed by Top. As I was saying, he ends up coming back to life somehow. And he's a traitor. He even somehow has injustice, but only one person can use that ability. and she's still alive. Literally fighting him. I mean, he ends up working with the Under, which are a group, I'm not sure what they're called. They basically negator hunters. They find negators, but they use them for wild reasons. Don't care about people. Also, unprepared, Rip is still alive. Now in the form of a child. We get an explanation for that later. So, yeah. They come to get the table back in the apocalypse. Otherwise, the whole world goes like. Oh, sorry. The whole world will die. So they find it hard. They manage to get the apocalypse. But Billy says he'll come and cut him right before the deadline. So, seems Billy has the ability of copycat. I don't know what negative ability it is, but it basically seems to be copycat ability. You can copy others' negative abilities. So it's pretty interesting. Jeez, damn it! I forgot to remember the name. Jeez, damn you, brain. So yeah. Anyway, I end up talking to her. Jeez reveals the truth. This world's on a time loop. She's lived through this event multiple times. People have died. But this time, that's why she's grabbing strong negators to take down God once and for all. So, sorry. Many times, and Bill Victor was also a member of Union a long time ago. And he and Juice had a relationship. And he understands that relationship was personal, and Juice understands Andy's his own person. And so, she doesn't fall in love with him. She likes Victor, but understands Andy's his own person. Yeah, I like Andy as a character. May seem unreliable, may seem like a bit of an ass, but he's a good person. And pretty smart strategist. And he does apologize when he makes a mistake. Most of the time. So, yeah. Anyway, Julius apologizes for not telling the truth, but everyone's okay, understand. Everyone says there's no need to apologize. As a set up a new round table in Stonehenge. Destroy Stonehenge now. Thematic, actually, since don't forget the round table originates from England with the Knights of the Round Table of King Arthur. Several to King Arthur. I don't know where the legend of the Excalibur came to be. Okay, the story had a real creative imagination for that time. Like I said, it's more fitting, even though the job. So, the beginnings are all different countries. So now we get the new mission, taking down those 4 UMAs. Also, she ends up reading that a shoujo manga, which Buka has been reading since was reading back in episode 1, seems to predict some things of the events that have happened already, but some are lost. Possible future. So basically, you go find them. Now, there's a small mistake the anime makes. It's a shoujo manga, but they mistakenly put the Jump Comics logo on it. Even though they specifically say shoujo. And they're just like, this is actually based on a real shoujo manga, which you can actually watch on Netflix, the anime adaptation. It was probably Misatsu Margaret. So, I don't know why they reference that. But, yeah. And this begins one of the weirdest starts to an arc ever. Fuka has to write manga the situation so they can see the manuscripts. I meet this mysterious author. And he even references Osamu Tezuka. I'm not kidding. He references Tezuka by name. Well, he just says Tezuka, but still. What a hell of a reference. I don't need to explain who Tezuka is. He's a legend in the manga industry. Being very influential what making manga what they are today with the eyes and hair. Yeah, Tezuka is a respectable name. I mean, one of his assistants was Shotaro Ishinomori, the well known for series like Cyborg 009. Also, creator behind the Kamen Rider series. Hichin! And technically designer of Super Sentai for the first two seasons. Also, the manga of it is called Undead Unluck. Well, plus sign in the middle, but it's not called plus. It's not pronounced, it's silent. I don't know if this is actually an actual work by the original author, or it's just made, or the name was just, I don't know. But, weird better. I mean, Look Back kind of referenced the Chainsaw Man, but not properly. It was just a parody of it. So, anyway, speaking of which, Look Back is getting a live action adaptation in 2026. The movie's already become. We got a live animated movie on Prime. Now we got a live action one coming. And it's like Ethan Hart. It's a great story. I recommend you give it a read or watch the movie on Prime. They're both great. Well, I'm not reading them, but I know it's gonna be good. Anyway, I've seen a manuscript. Managed to get in contact with the author, who said they will meet him in Canada, and seems to be familiar with who they are. The author introduced himself as Arno, who's actually a really character. I assume they were female at first. They were designer stuff. But their design is purposely androgynous. Actually, he's a male. But they say they, them pronouns. Basically, offers to help them out with a training arc against Autumn, since the regular task can't do it. Muslim Jews in a training arc. They must go back in time. They basically Fuka must search for Andy's story, see his past. Actually, she ends up landing in 19th century America. She meets Andy from that point in time, and three other people who are his friends. She ends up joining him, and also end up getting killed. She sits with Andy, and she is a genuine smile. Buka ends up realizing she actually might love Andy. Anyway, she gets a date for a specific time. She's sent there, but is stopped by Victor, killing her multiple times, though she's visually erased. Only thanks to Andy, around the scene where she first met Andy, they fight together, leading to Andy versus Victor. They manage to defeat Victor, learn new abilities, and getting stronger. Anyway, back to the new techniques, they managed to win. And well, they ended up getting a nice talk with Victor. Explains why he's doing this. He's had to kill Juiz because he didn't want to see her suffer anymore. They've been through this hell multiple times, and he's basically given up and fighting the god. He doesn't want to see her hurt. So a more simplified side to the character. Now, he understands those who'll be able to might be able to beat God this time. It's in her hands. If they want to know that Andy's path, what made Victor into Andy, ask Juiz. Thanks to the quick bit in Anna, which we get his backstory. He was just a young boy who liked manga and wanted to be a manga. When he found a pen, very cool, but it ended up making him a negator. Unknown. No one's been able to see him for years. But picking up the pen saw past, present, and future. So he now knows. That's how he knows who Andy, Buko, and the rest of the negators are. And well, he ended up publishing a manga, which basically in universe is the manga, which is a real manga. Don't ask me why. I don't know why the author referenced that. Was he a fan? And they want to make it too obvious. And it's the way we are today. And basically that managed to take down something that's originally killed Fuko in the original timeline. That would have happened if Alan hadn't changed it. Also, the common form is actually just more of an avatar, a duplicate to help to basically speak with them. Basically, that form is just to speak with Andy and Fuko because he can't talk to them himself. Like I said, I thought he was a girl at first with that design and voice, but I was wrong. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying. So yeah, well, we learned about Rip's backstory too. He's sympathetic. He's someone he loved, but a surgery ended up going wrong. She lied. Now he wants to use the arc, which Jula has been Jula, where the fuck her name is, has been using to go back and relive this event over and over and over and over and over again. So she comes back to life. So makes him sympathetic. He just wants to be a villain, so he doesn't give up on her. Showing potential, he may end up joining our good guy's side at some point. They take him down, and they give him his head, you know. But as he says, there'll be enemies again. When they got that, there's 3 more left to go. With the season ending with a tease for the next arc, the winter arc, where Joey's interacting with Billy. Alright, Billy's betrayal didn't feel earned, in my opinion. We didn't spend that much time with him. Like, this is midway, this is just after the previous arc. Like, this arc came right after the Unrepair arc. So, that just bothers me, but I don't know. It's my best I could do for a season review. So, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy my content. Please like the button. Want to see more? Subscribe channel, like your bell. Update always because we chat, and I'll see you guys next time for whatever video I do next. I do not know what I'm going to be doing now. I hopefully next week. I'll catch the Rose's Samurai Mission Goes Across Family for the next seasons. So, yeah, thank you. I'll see you guys for my next review on Undead Unluck, which will be on December 25th, Christmas Day. I hope you have a Merry Christmas then. So, I'll see you guys next time. Keep Phoenix out.